Sharon, this is the file I just sent you for page 24. If you need to spread these out, it's can be very simply done, even in 2007, I suspect. Watch my arrow. I'm going up to the bar with the letters in it. I'm going to click the left mouse button and hold it down, and I'm going to drag it across these columns with information in it to select them. Now I'm going to go to the Home tab, and where it says Format Cells, and I'm going to auto-fit the column width. That automatically spreads things out. That may be one issue that you're having, is spreading those columns out in an easy and efficient manner. I'm going to spread these out even a bit further for a couple of these columns. For example, here, the gender column. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to wait until I get this cross above, and I'm going to hold the left mouse button down and drag it across so the column becomes wider. You should ask yourself if you can do that. Then I'm going to select the column. See the down arrow above the C, now beside the C? If I left click on that, the whole column is selected. To make it a little bit easier to see, I'm going to, with that column selected, go up here and click on the center command. And that puts the gender letter, female or male, in most cases, in the center where it's easy to see. Now, oftentimes, this one isn't too bad. I've seen files this morning where there might be as many as 6 to 10 entries in here that are incorrect. Usually what happens is we'll get something instead of the F. The program interprets the F as something else, a T perhaps, or an I. Those need to be manually changed one at a time. Another column you mentioned was over here on H. I'm going to scroll to the top of H just using the scroll wheel on my mouse. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before to make this column stand out a bit, but I'm going to enlarge the one beside it so they're not so close. Now, here we have a problem in 24, and I can see the root of some of your problem. We have in column H here the occupations where they should be. Here we have the residents. The residences in many cases, though, also have a copy of the occupations. We want the occupations in their own column. So what we will have to do, and there's no easy way to do this, in this case, we're going to have to click in here, selecting the first one at G1, and just go up here to the top where I can actually do the editing and use my backspace key to take that out, and then click down here. Now, these are all Ameliasburg Townships entries, at least as far down as there. And that's what's messing this up if you look. Everywhere there's an Ameliasburg Township, we get the occupation duplicated. But when we get to North Marysburg, it's not. Now, you might be able to correct this, you might not. I'm going to drag the first one, which is correct, down like this, selecting all the way down to the end of the Ameliasburg items to here. And I'm going to go up here to this fill button, and I'm going to click fill and select down and left click on down. And it's going to copy that Ameliasburg Township entry all the way down. That leaves us with 3 down here that we need to revise. We can do that by hand. I select that one, backspace to take it out, select the next one, backspace to take it out. All of our editing is done up here. And the third one, select that one. Up here we edit again, taking out the extra term, and we've corrected that column and this column. I know you mentioned having farmer show up as something else, like firmer or fumer. That's very common too in other pages. The only way to do that is either to change them individually or to make one correct at the top and then select it and copy it down, something like this. So I need to know from you what you think you can do with these. At what stage would you feel comfortable having me send them to you so that you can do the final proofreading and minor editing, if you will? let me know.